is a place very far from this world, and the only way you can get there is through music. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Hey yo, what's good fam? It's your boy NSJ, and as it has become a norm on Saturdays, it is time for the hip-hop revolution. Now, my guest for tonight, still fairly new to the game, but very, very talented. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mugano.
Yeah, thank you fam, thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it, it's truly an honor. Yeah, thanks again for having me.
Now, Mugano.
Yes sir.
Please introduce yourself to the people. Who are you?
Okay.
Where are you from? What do you do, etc.
Okay. Oh, so Mugano out of music. I'm not only just a rapper, as you say, out of music. I'm also a model, and I'm a son of a preacher. I'm also an actor too. So my life before music, I could say, which is dry. I could say that it was dry, but then music gave life to me. I could say that music made Mugano. Music made Mugano to a point. There's a point where in my life I was down. I was like dry. I was like I didn't actually have direction. But then music gave life, gave direction, gave hope, gave faith, and gave me a chance to actually appraise myself as something valuable in life. See, because like we as people, we feed in different sources. Snabantus, we live in different we feed in different sources, I can say. So like music became something like I can feed to, and they make me go on and on in life. I could say that. So like it brought life, man. It brought life to me, man. It showed me I can be something great in life. Not only by actually my achievement or such, but then music, it also heals, gives us, yeah, I could say that.
Alright,
yeah.
So can you briefly just dive into your life growing up?
Oh, my life growing up, I could say I didn't have that much. I didn't have that much because I mean, there's plenty happened. Just that things got figured out. As life just in life as I grew up, things got figured out. I had like, okay, that financially we had financial we struggled financially. We didn't have that much, but then with what I had, I truly like truly hold everything that I had dearly. So like I remember the time where I was still at primary school. People like it was growing up like. We come from different backgrounds, different families, you see, but then they had everything, I could say, like they can have everything they could ask for, but I didn't have that much. But then I truly love the fact that as family, we not only struggle together, but then for the fact that we're struggling, but then we were happy together. For that fact that we were united and happy together. But then like took me time to actually understand and take liberty on understanding the fact that my life, it's not only as easy as other people. So, but then I didn't take that as an excuse. So I took it as an advantage on using it as a stepping stone to my success. So that was one of the things that driven me so hard to become what I am today. So like I don't only stop there. I have to go further until I reach my destination. Yeah.
So, are you the only child? Do you have any siblings at home?
No, I think we're four. I have an eldest brother, and I have an elder brother. He's also in music. He's a producer. Then I have, then there's me, and then there's my younger sister, and there's Utunjano Asendle, my younger brother. So that has three boys, and then mom has. Okay, Dad has 3 boys, and then Mom also has 3 boys and 1 girl. Yeah, I think we're 3. Then there's 1 girl. Yeah, there's my siblings.
What figure would you say played the biggest role in your life? Be it your mother, your sister, father?
I could say, man, I'm quite a mama's boy, cause like mom did play a lot great figure in my life, cause like she was close to me. I had like when there was some of the things that I faced at school, like in life in general, I had to share with her, and she gave me hope, man. She lifted me up, man. I could say, man, she was my pillar of strength. I could say that, man. She was my angel on earth. I could say that, cause like she became everything. She became not only that my father wasn't there playing that part, but then she became more of a guardian to me. Like she would ask me, like, what's going on in school? Are you okay? Things like that. And like understand that strengthened me, because like I knew if there's something like going on, I can say with Ishmael, the lago so and so, and she will show me the way. I understand. As usual parents do, you understand. But then with my mom, dog, like she became my best friend. I could say that, because like I shared things with her. Like right now, like even though I have plans, like Jamai, not in any angles in my life, like I could say good, even in music, I just say good, I have this plan, I want to do this or this. I pitch to her and we'll say, no, it's okay, it's fine. And then things happened, and then she became a really support system for me, man. Like, yeah. Shout out to mom, man. I'm saying.
What would you say has been the lowest moment of your life?
The lowest moment in life. My lowest moment in my life, I could say, man, the time when like as a human being, like you must have direction in life. You must set priorities and have discipline, because like discipline, talent with no discipline, it's useless. I could say that. But then, my lowest point in my life, it's where I had no direction in life, because like I remember the time I feel like growing up, I feel like I have to leave to prove myself to people. You understand? So that ruined me mentally. That made me to be mentally enslaved, because I felt like in my life I have to prove my worth to people. So like that was my lowest part of my life, because like I felt like I was living for people. I felt like I was downgraded, downsized, like by myself, not only by people. So I gave people authority over me. So that was my lowest part of my life, because like I had no direction, no self and simplicity. I had no integrity with myself and no dignity for myself. The way people could say what they say, but then for me, I felt like I had none of the factors. So that made me feel less of myself and made me like saw myself as little, man. Like that was my lowest part of my life, man. I could say that.
All right. How would you say you have overcome that moment?
Okay, I could say I've overcome. As I've said, that music brought life to me. Like music taught me to use my pain, use my pain, use my harmony, use what I had, what I've been through, and what I was going through, like as a weapon. Like I could say that I make music to heal me. Not only it's relatable to people, but I make music to heal myself, like to heal me, and to comfort my own, man, to comfort my own. Like that's how I overcome those circumstances, man. Like I overcome those situations and all of that, man. Because like through music, man, I found myself. I found strength and stability. I found a source where I can rely to. Music on its own is very diverse. Music on its own is very diverse. If you're feeling in a certain way, there's part for it, and if you feel a certain way, there's part for it. But then, for me, to all of that, like it became my environment to actually settle and find peace to it, and also find joy to it. You understand? So I used what I had, what I've been through, as an advantage to actually overcome my circumstances. And I could say that I did pretty well from what I was to now. Yeah, I could say that.
All right. Now tell me about the best moment of your life.
The best moment in my life, I could say, man, like out of music, I could say good thing. Winning Mr. Mhluzi was actually my best moment in my life. I feel like I've gained that priority, and also that image. I've painted my image like to the public, like as a human being, like you must have that that image, when people see you, they actually appraise and see who you are through like what you actually look like. But then, for the fact that I've worn like Mr. Mclues like gave me like a mindset, a proper mindset that I can actually relate to, for the fact that Guti, in life, like there's more into your expectations. Like you can, when you set, like as I've said, when you set goals, man, and have discipline and have priority, like your life, it's more easier for you if you are a dreamer. So like for me to achieve that title, man, gave me gave me direction in my life. Would actually, as you are in this kind of as you in this path, you actually moving forward to this dimension. Because like it took me from levels to dimensions. So like right now I have to sustain that dimension and keep pushing until I make it. Yeah, that was the biggest thing in my life for now.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me about your biggest motivation. What drives you?
Oh, my biggest motivation, what drives me, I could actually say my background, because like we all live to change. Like we all live to change the situation back home. That's actually the mindset of a young black child. That's actually a mindset of a young black child, because like we, not all of us, but then we all live to actually change our background and also be independent. So like I always strive to lead by example, because although there's a firstborn, but then I feel like in my own household, in my home, I feel like I have to actually, I owe it to my mother, as I've said, that she became a figure that I rely to. So like I have to actually make it in order for her to be proud on what I've become. So that part of my life, that's where I feed the energy. Like that's where I feed from that's where I have the energy. I feed from the core. From that core I have this passion in me. That's why I feed from. That's like I can actually say and relate to that. It's actually what I, yeah.
All right, peeps, it's time to go to an ad break. We'll be back with more Hip Hop Revolution.
There is a place very far from this world, and the only way you can get there is through music. Remember, only music can set you free and fill you with energy to life.
And just like that, we are back with the Hip Hop Revolution. Still your host, NSJ the Lyrical God. Still sitting with my guest, Mugano. Now let's speak about your music. How did you become an artist?
I became an artist, like music. I could say like my music was always there, because like my environment was always diverse to music. I could say that because like dad used to listen to, dad growing up used to listen to R&B, hip hop, and then soul music. So like time after time, like when he grew up, and then like even if I was there, even if he had me, but then he continued like having that kind of musical diverse, like, understand. So like that environment, I grew up in it. So like I used to listen to like some of the songs. Like he used to jam with me. Like I was like, okay. I remember like he played. I remember where he used to play D12, who's this guy? When 50 Cent was together with Eminem and people like that. Like people, that part of music. Like and NWA, I used to listen to that kind of music with him. I understand. But then, even though like he introduced that part of music into me, like the R&B part of it, like everything, so it was always in me. I even like the music videos, like they were like so like revolution and stuff like that. I used to like, and I like the glimpse of it, like I have to become like that. Like I had my message to speak like that, but then music was always in me, man, because like I remember when I took liberty on actually taking it for a try, testing the waters out there. Try a couple of things that I used to do right there, but then man, I could say that time yeah, that's where I actually gained that interest in music, man. Like I remember when I recorded my first track, when I was still, if I'm not mistaken, I was just entering secondary school, but then high school, because like on primary, even primary, I used to have that kind of a hip hop vibe. You understand? They used to call. That's where I got my first rap name. They used to call me Rig 95 because I was fat. I was having that. I was being norms in my cool. So like they used to call me Rig 95. So like when I moved to like when I got into high school, that's where like I had that diversity. I can actually like do my own music. I understand. So like I used to do that kind of artwork, and so. But then I actually like that's where like on 2019 is where I actually take this thing seriously. That's where I started recording music and recording like recording music and looking for like things to make them more quality, like look for more quality. I understand. So I did that, and then from that part, from 2019 till now, like that's where I realized no, actually music is actually a thing for me. I understand. That's why I took it like that. Yeah, and then from then, yeah.
Now tell me about your biggest achievement in a musical aspect.
Biggest achievement in my musical aspect, I could say it's when I actually took liberty on understanding for a fact that as an upcoming artist, it's not actually so. It's very easy. It's not easy for you to actually make it out there, because like when you check the status, the environment that we're in is not very supportive when it comes to hip hop music. I understand, especially in the hip hop industry, like it's not very supportive because like people that feel with the just trending genres of music. But then for me to actually still raise the flag and in my own hood, to still have to raise that flag to the hip hop is still there, hip hop is still alive, hip hop is still growing, we never die, we continue multiplying. And for the fact that I've managed to actually from as a first annual release to actually again release my first music video, it's actually an achievement for me as an artist. So that I take that as an achievement in my musical aspect.
Tell me about the biggest disappointment that you faced in music.
My biggest disappointment that I faced in music, I could actually say the lack of resources. Because as an artist, in order for you to push your craft, in order for you to keep going, you actually need resources. So like especially in hip hop music on its own, like it goes with different genres. Understand? We have trap, we have rap, we have releases, like it's distinguishable. But then for fact to Guti, in rap, like your visuals must count, your quality in music, like your sound, you must count, dog. Like it must be quality, because like me, I'm always afraid of like Guti to release trash, like so like for real, like Guti ilo kind of scene equality, it's to Guti below. I'm always afraid of that. But then for real, Guti, it's not only about talent, but then the quality. It's always very, 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 very needed, because like right now we're living in a very diverse environment. Like for instance, you can just release a song. It's like everything is okay on point. But then in radios, the quality you could there, like I understand, it's like it's the downfall. It's really a downfall. So like for the lack of resources, and for the lack of resources has been my downfall, because like that's where that's where it's our starting point as artists.
Is there a challenge that you would say you are currently facing in music? What is the challenge or challenges that you are currently facing in music?
My current challenges that I'm facing in music, for the fact that I have to balance school and music, it's actually a hard task. I could say that, because music on its own, people must stop saying that so to music it's a second option. It's like, honestly it's not, because like music is another thing that requires energy, requires time, and requires like focus and discipline when it comes to music. Because like it's the same thing as a school, because like as for you to multitask those two sources, it's not a child's play, because like you must give 100% on your school work and 100% on your music. You must never let the other one lag. You understand? And as especially when it comes to like school, on my academics. Like, remember, as for now, like we're not quite independent. But for us to actually keep going in our craft to be funded, we rely on our parents. And if mangabe, it happens that you drop on school and that's simply on your parents' mind, that simply clicks that that's because of music. You understand? So it's actually a toughest task to actually balance it. You understand? But although because of talent it's there, you don't worry about making it. But then for fact it's about like multitasking those two sources. But then you have to actually invest yourself in music in a specific time, and invest yourself in your own studies in a specific time, because you never know which one will actually get you out there. You understand? You can never rely only on music, because music on its own, dog, like it's one chance of a million. In order for you to make it out there, like it requires a lot, not only talent and skill, but then also like money, and you must invest money for you to get money. You understand? So like that, I could say it's quite a difficult task that I'm facing to balance school and music. Yeah.
In what category of hip hop can we classify you in? We have matrappers, we have lyricists, and if you say maybe you're a lyricist, what type? Nala aba sentimental, you know, aba fora and whatnot. Then nala aba tisana one way. So where can we classify you?
No, I can actually relate on that. Like, not only because like I can actually let me just put it to. Let me just be frank. My type of music, it's actually diverse when it comes to music. I can actually handle also trap, but then I'm more of a rap artist. I'm more on rap, but then I can be sentimental, but then I can being up a good track, I go good tease, and I understand, because like I feel like for you to actually remember, I said I sell myself to people and I make music. Not only that is relatable to people, but I heal myself towards music. There's certain things that you go through as a not only as an artist, but then as an individual. You understand? So like, there's some things that you rather not say them in social media. You'd rather not say them in front of his face. But then you're just like, no, let me just put it as a bar, and use it like as something relatable. You understand? So like, I could say, I'm a lyricist. Like I can be sentimental and also be in that part of category.
All right.
Yeah.
So, who would you say inspired you to do music?
Inspiration that drawn me into music, I could say, the first rap song that I've ever heard, and the first glimpse of me, my first glimpse on rap music. It's actually this guy, Jay-Z. Jay-Z actually inspired me in doing music. Not inspired like only just like my diverse of music, but they inspired me on doing music, on how we presented hip hop as a genre. You understand? He proved the not like people that think hip hop is an earthly music. It's a thing where it's full of abomination and stuff like that, but then hip hop also is genuine. It can heal and also it can break. But then he showed the different parts of hip hop and proved that it's a diverse genre of music, and it has its own like categories. You can relate, mangabe, you're feeling this kind of a vibe. If you're having this kind of an energy, like you understand, it's distinguishable. Like it wants now to see hip hop is actually not only just hip hop, but it's actually a culture and something you can actually like live with. You understand? It's but it's a lifestyle. You understand? It's you breathe hip hop. That's how like he presented to me. That's why like I took the glimpse of music on hip hop. Like that's why I said, no, this thing is actually like it's for me. Yeah.
Out of all the songs that you've done in your musical career so far, which one would you say is your favorite song and why?
I could say in all of the songs that I've done, with besides the ones that I'm gonna release right now, because like it's fine. But then the last one that I've released, the recent EP that I've released, because so there's this song, the intro for that EP. The song is called Isingeniso. Isingeniso actually introduces me as an artist, not only as an artist but also as an individual, what I am, who I am, and what I'm in for, and what I've been through, and it actually it's actually in my identity. It shows my identity. So that song, if you listen, you must listen with your consciousness in order for you to understand the song. From the starting point of that song, you must actually listen to it until the end. You actually hear what I'm talking about. So like that song, man, it's my favorite song because like it shows Uguti, Mugano, Mubani, Pumap, and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. All right, peeps. Just like that, we have to go to another short ad break. We'll be back with more Hip Hop Revolution.
Demons be rising from hell. People be dying all day. Rest yourself for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna cease in one shot. It's gonna cease in one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. Demons be rising from hell. People be dying all day. Rest yourselves for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna cease in one shot. It's gonna cease in one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. From my way to the thunder, spread through all the chambers and straight to the abyss. Kill all of the names to be demonizing their souls for the game of the greater, the poor, the west is the core. That's the right song of evil that will perish by lead. Better feel like a spirit, fix orientation, stay in your lane. Bind these commandments, keep your location and stay in position. Seek your redemption and hide it by intention. Pull out your sauce, nigga, dull on the grave. I'm the child of the white hope and open canals. I was shocked where the city was straight to my face. I didn't rob be a king and a ruler of people. I'm being a seven and sevens. And shall I was shocked at watching me fade in the dark. I live as a king and a demons be rising from hell. People be dying all day. Rest yourself for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna cease in one shot. It's gonna cease in one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. Demons be rising from hell. People be dying all day. Rest yourselves for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna cease in one shot. It's gonna cease in one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. Demons be rising from hell. People be dying all day. Rest yourself for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna cease in one shot. It's gonna cease in one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. Demons be rising from hell. People be dying all day. Rest yourselves for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna cease in one shot. It's gonna cease in one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. Living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days.
And we're back again with the Hip Hop Revolution. Still your host, NSJ, the lyrical god. I'm still sitting with my guest, Mugano. Let's speak projects.
Okay.
You spoke of a project that you've released. How many projects do you have so far that are out?
Okay, the recent project that I've released, I only have this EP. Okay, because like I enjoy releasing in packages because it's more better. Releasing in singles, it's okay, but then because I don't have more time in the studio, I only have like that amount of time of that I'm actually given. So because of school and stuff like that, so I usually write maybe a couple of tracks. Maybe I can say within now this is enough to be released. I can go to the studio and with what the time that's just been given, I can actually record and everything that could be done and I release. So for now, I only have an EP that contains 8 tracks and then with 1 music video. Yeah, that's and the bit of freestyle that are out there in YouTube. But then with those projects, that's what that I've released so far. And there's this upcoming one called Rage. It's an album. I think I have 7 features, but I won't give them off just yet. But I think I'm gonna release it somewhere around April, if it's possible. Yeah, I call that. Just wait for it, man. It's hard. Yeah, just wait for it.
You didn't give us the title of the current EP.
Oh, the current EP, sorry. The current EP is called Guzelo Ikota. Yeah. So the inspiration between Guzelo Ikota, I've always saw in my life, Wuti, like as a person, like you always know, Wuti, there's something like that you always have this something that makes you stand out, like that stand out from people, you understand? So like I always had this thing, Wuti, yes, I want to, so like the reason I say Guzelo Ikota is actually a god. So like Guzelo Ikota, I use 2 languages, I use isiZulu and English. So like Guzelo Ikota, so it's like this, it's actually Ikota movement, I understand. So a reason I said Guzelo Ikota, like I'm telling a story behind my life. I'm telling a story with my life of what I've been through, and with what I'm actually doing, you understand? So I use Guzelo Ikota as a platform for me to actually sell myself to people, and sell myself to people with what I have in mind, with what I actually what I'm actually installed with. Yeah.
All right. Who are the artists that have contributed to the EP, or producers?
Or producers. On the EP, all of the tracks, it's me. But then the person who produced me, it's my eldest brother, the producer. It's King Mello Music. It's actually the producer of my EP, and shout out to him. And he's truly a great producer, I could say.
All right.
Yeah.
So the message behind the EP, was there a specific message that you wanted to convey?
Okay, the message that I wanted to convey to bring out to the public. The EP has different tracks. There's this Ngeniso. I've said it shows it's actually it reveals my identity as an individual, not only as an artist. Then there's some tracks where I tell people. It's actually, like, let me just say, it's actually based on my life. It's based on my life aspects, on how I went from being the lowest part into what I'm at right now. You understand? Because like it feels like with my music, I always update people on how I've been through and what I'm going through and what I'm going to do, like in my future plans or something like that. Like hip hop and in music in general.
All right. As you were writing this EP, all the tracks in the EP, what goes through an artist's mind during the process of making an EP?
Okay, to be honest, in order for you to make a hit track, like you must wait for the right moment. You must wait for the right vibe. I could actually say, because like each and every track has been influenced by a certain vibe. You understand? It's not only like writing is not only what you as in like you're writing a test, gonna be like, okay, this is a track, gonna write it like after the second one, just like that. No, like there's some part of the day in Klampe that happens. You understand? A scenario that happens in Klampe Pata in a certain way. So like it invokes those wounds, those like old wounds or those things, like all my feelings. Like basically, you take it and use it, like instead for you to cry with it, just take it and use it like as something you make it like as a positive energy outside the public. You understand? So that's where I find inspiration on writing on those tracks. I understand. It's especially for Ngeniso. I felt like I needed to actually state things and make peace with some of the things that happened in my past, you understand, and have maintained it to a positive energy, you understand. So like each and every part of that song or of that track, or each and every part of that track makes has a certain inspiration behind it. You understand? It's not only just the EP as general, but then each and every different track has its own influence.
Challenges that you faced during the making of this project?
I could say distance and transportation, because like as I've said earlier, the only thing that has been my downfall is resources. Like resources is for an upcoming artist to actually make it out there, man, it's hard, because like you have to face. Especially when it comes to like in studio sessions, you must book them, and some of them are quite expensive. Sometimes some of them they're not quite very expensive, but for the fact that we take the distance between Uksuga from here, from your point, from your location to another different locations, totally something that was very difficult for me, because with Meling Suge la guting hambe to nye elokansina Woodbank, that was so tough, I understand, for the making of the EP. Just so I had to actually use every minute that I had. I was on the studio, because like I felt if I don't clamp for a day, if manga release manga konang recorded this 2 tracks, I know I won't have time for them. You understand? I will make the EP release late or something to the way delay. You understand? So that was the difficulties and some of the circumstances I was facing while doing the whole entire EP.
All right. What can a first-time listener of either the project or your music as a whole, what can they expect from you?
As an artist, I've said we're different, but then what thing they can expect from me, they must listen with consciousness, because like I do music that's relatable. Like for fact, there's some people that like who go through things that is very hard for them to talk about. You understand? For me to actually put that in my music, I make people to actually man say to no man, I mean, I'm caught up with this situation while this guy is going through this. You understand? So like, I make things I make music also. I make music not only just to entertain, but then to encourage and give strength and stability to the people who are listening. Yes.
If a person wants to work with you, either an artist, where can they find you? Social media accounts?
They can find me on Facebook as Mfanaga Saba SA. They can find also me on my page as on Facebook is Mfanaga Saba, the account, but then on the page they can find me as Mfanaga Saba SA. They can also find me on Instagram as Mugano SA. I don't have a Twitter handle, but then also I'm on YouTube as Mugano _SA. Yeah.
All right, fam. It's time for the saddest part of the show, the time where we have to love and leave you. As your host, NSJ the Lyrical God, and my guest, Mugano SA, we have to say goodbye. But before I go, please remember that the hip-hop revolution is not just for artists. Anyone who is part of hip-hop is invited. Whether you're a DJ, a dancer, whatever, you are invited. We are open for everyone. Now, as I said, peace.
And she the rapper, let me prove it. I don't need a beat that can go a cappella. Pay me one my every penny. The camera's rolling, let me make some money. My eyes is a trouble fighting, now Medusa's honey. Clips will make a talent to a stone. My system heavy, get me emanated. Give me 7 rounds and let me smoke his ass. Triple lead and nothing got the code. You check on me, that's why I'm double proof. I penetrate you through your nervous system. I can see you hating, but you trying to fake it. I was Robert killing, you was busy talking. I was yes, and I was listening. You said some shit and not to clams and move out into back chats. So that's a pattern, so come on the click, clack, and you deactivate crap. This a piece of shit and get your copyright. I'm down on ass, I'm home, scuba diving, bite your D's and number 7, dipper diving, making intimations, covered masturbation. She got constipated by my assets. That's why your attitude, you kinda cocky. Can never be Ellen for manifesting, man. Like check my bars, I'm more than 17. And David June, that's my idol. You hate on him and you my rival. It's toe to toe when it's sloppy nigga. I bust it up and get you terminated. I keep it cool, that's why your mob is rising. I keep it steady, that's why I'm never falling. Was never easy to be where I am. My think I'm Captain Sims, I'm mob is winning. Wasn't the difficult stage in my life, but I was sick and mama had no job. She hated top from fate raising us. And now Eliza pretty opportunities. Came to my dreaming numbers with it. He came down my family struggles, come with the Bible. Give me your soul, I'ma give him the world. That was his beast with the bread of death. Now time to go top for what they kept on rising up. Was truly tapped in the circumstance. circumstances, don't lose my dad to diabetes. Gonna have his way with my family, cause accommodate. But bad at you, but I'm not even in 10. They want the way I'm ahead. I'm on top of the wave. Not I'm fit, I'm quite hip. Trying to finesse. I'm keeping it flash, keeping it real as I can. There's no capping on my fucking friends. No tapping, no running away. They're calling Mugano. I take out the trash. Don't worry, I got you. They're drifting away. The man that Mugano is switching the lanes. Don't play with the king of can't handle the heat. The road to success is one hell of a way. Don't tell me to sell what I'm rising again. How was that? It's pretty damn amazing. I was always headed trying to sound better, trying to make it better. Sounded like a tender. Never heard my piece and never bought a mission. Just asked the man to do it for a living. Tell him holla about I'm motivated. Cost me papers by the cap and going. Bitch, it kept surviving cause I'm motivated. Do the shit before I dedicated. Do the shit before I get across. And it's custom made, it's never in the market. Customizing every style rise. Don't be catching feelings when I even started. If I made it, Vindy, you would clearly lose it. Clearly fucking freaking losing. Man, it's telling tables now. You camouflaging, bitch. I fought some battles you can never handle. They've been closing those and now we're kicking more people with my side of battle like I'm king of Gotham. Tuck the taco with no hesitation. Walk the walk up through representation from the ground level. Now I'm elevating. Paddle, walk the through the talking. I'm the apex fucking predator. God is the greatest nigga, bitch. You better run.
Demons been rising from hell. People be dying all day. Brace yourself for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna seize it one shot. It's gonna seize it one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. Demons been rising from hell. People be dying all day. Brace yourselves for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna seize it one shot. It's gonna seize it one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. From my way to the thunder, spread through all the chambers and straight to the abyss. Kill all of the names to be demonizing their souls for the game of the greater, the power, the west is the core. That's the rise of evil that will perish by leave. Better feel like a spirit, fix orientation, stay in your lane. Bind these commanders, keep your location and stay in position. Seek your redemption and hide it by intention. Pull out your sons, nigga, dull on the grave. I'm the child of the white hope and open can I was shocked the city, but straight to my face. I did rob be a king and a ruler of people. That being a seven and sevens. And shall I was shocked the watching me fade in the dark. I live as a king and a as a king. Demons been rising from hell. People be dying all day. Brace yourself for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna seize it one shot. It's gonna seize it one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. Demons be rising from hell. People be dying all day. Brace yourselves for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna seize it one shot. It's gonna seize it one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. Demons be rising from hell. People be dying all day. Brace yourself for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna seize it one shot. It's gonna seize it one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days. Demons be rising from hell. People be dying all day. Brace yourselves for this wave. It's coming in, it's coming hard. It's gonna seize it one shot. It's gonna seize it one shot. We're living in the end of days. We're living in the end of days.